You've brought a lawsuit against two doctors, and during the course of trial, one of them decides to settle the case with you. What does the judge tell the jury as to why that doctor and that attorney is no longer present in the case? Would you like to learn the answer? Come join me as I share with you this great information. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury trial lawyer practicing law here in the state of New York. So imagine the scenario. You've brought a lawsuit against two different doctors, and now during the course of trial, one of the defense attorneys wants to settle out with their particular client. They make you an offer you just can't refuse, and you agree to settle out with just one of the doctors. But now, when you come back from the break, there's only one defense lawyer sitting at defense counsel table. And now, you're wondering, what's the jury thinking? They see that there's only one defense lawyer there, where before there were two. What will likely happen is the judge is going to give the jury a brief explanation that says something like this. Ladies and gentlemen, during the course of this trial, you've noticed there were two defense lawyers and two doctors being sued in this case. Well, I want to let you know that one of the doctors is no longer in this case. He's now left, and you are not to consider anything more about that doctor or that attorney. So now let's proceed forward. Mr. Oginski, call your next witness. Well, now, the reason why the judge will not tell them the specific reason is because if he were to tell the jury, ladies and gentlemen, one of the doctors has now settled out of the case, and now you're going to proceed forward with the remaining doctor, it's going to raise more questions than it's going to answer. Really? Why did he settle out? Well, how much did he settle for? Why didn't this doctor settle out also? The judge will typically just explain to the jury, listen, that doctor is no longer involved in this case, you're not to consider anything about them. Except when we get to the end of the case. At the end of the case, the remaining defense lawyer will likely ask the judge for two things. He's going to ask the judge for a special jury instruction as well as a question that the jury must answer at the end of the case. And that has to do with the proportion of liability, the proportion of responsibility that each doctor has in causing or contributing to your own injuries. Even though one of the doctors is no longer in the case, now the jury will still have to determine the percentage of liability that each person has in causing or contributing to your own injuries. And the judge will give the jury an instruction that basically says, listen, you have to apportion liability and determine what percentage of liability each person is responsible for. So why do I share this great information with you? I share it with you just to give you an insight and an understanding into what goes on in the litigation process here in the state of New York. You know, I realize you're watching this because you have questions or concerns about your own particular matter. Well, if your matter happened here in New York and you do have legal questions, what I encourage you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. This is something I do every single day, and I welcome your call. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at Oginski-law.com. Well, that's it for today's quick video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.